Hey, Liam, I mean, obviously a lot going on with, Eric Gilbert possibly leaving the team. I mean, what can you tell us about what's going on with the team right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything going on with Eric um, just kind of happened yesterday. He wasn't out there at practice. Yeah, I guess he's struggling a little bit, yeah, with homesickness and whatnot. But uh, I mean, it's just another thing. We're all here for him. I'm here for him. I want to talk to him and try to make him feel a little bit better. But it is a tough year in 2020. Taking that step for him, moving away from home and coming to LSU, and obviously the season hasn't gone as we would have hoped. But so hopefully he'll be all right. Like I said, I'm hoping to talk to him soon and kind of see where his mind's at. But
And where's the state of things for y'all as players and between y'all, the team? How many more people are thinking of leaving? I mean, are you thinking about that? I mean, what's kind of going on right
yeah, as far as I know, I don't know of anybody else with the team now who's thinking of going. Uh, we're still in the season. Obviously, it hasn't been a great season by any means, but it's not over yet, and we're still the guys that are still here. We're still working hard to try to do everything we can to finish this season on the most positive note possible. So.
Liam, you're obviously a few years older than Eric, but I mean, from the perspective of being away from home and it being during this weird season where there's so many limitations, what has this past few months or whatever been like for you guys in terms of, I mean, just kind of like the routine and what you're able to do, or how kind of locked into to specifically just football and some classes has it been? What's that lifestyle been like, I guess, through this weird year?
Yeah, it's tough for sure. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Just going to college for the first time, being away from home, everybody gets a little homesick. But especially this year, it's there's not too much going on to kind of distract you from that. For us here, really, we got football, which we all love football, we all enjoy it. But um, at a point, there is a reason. Like I understand why he would feel homesick. When I was coming out of high school, I went to college 30 minutes from my house, and that was something I did intentionally because I knew that I wanted to be close to home. Um, and so I understand why he feels the way that he does. I just hope that he'll be able to stick with it. Because I personally feel like you get through that homesickness and it makes you tougher and it helps you grow as a person. So I would love to get the chance to kind of talk to him and see how he's feeling with that. But
Hey Eric, sorry, Liam. My bad. But just talk to us a little bit about freshman Cole Taylor. He really hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities here, but this seems like it could be a prime one for him to really step up in practice this week. I mean, just have you talked to him and just kind of how has he been as a player this season?
yeah, he's a young kid just like Eric, but he's been in here working hard as long as I've been here. When I first got here in the summer. Uh, it looks like he's going to get thrust into the role, to a bigger role this week, if Eric's gone and if Torrey's not playing. Um, but that's just another opportunity for him. He got a little time against A&M. I think he had a catch. Uh, so I'm sure he's going to be going pretty hard with it this week, making sure that he's ready to take advantage of this opportunity and run with it. So. I think we
Hey,
went.
um, hey Liam. Ogeron was talking this morning about the culture of the team and that, like a year ago they were the best team in the country. He says like we're gonna find out who's really behind us. Like we're gonna find out who really loves the Tigers. I mean, um, what do you get a sense in what people feel about the team and where the direction is going and your role in that?
Um, I mean, obviously everyone's frustrated. All the fans and whatnot are frustrated, and that's understandable. It's been a especially trying year, especially coming off of last year. Um, and we haven't done the best job that we could have done. This season, there was still a drop off from last year, but there's no reason for us to be doing what we've been doing this year. So we have to improve and finish on this season strong. But
yeah, Liam, you talked about wanting to finish these last two maybe three. Y'all play a bowl games with wins. You're still trying to win now, but you're having to do so with a lot of really young players. I mean, based on your experience, how long does it take, even if a guy's like a highly rated recruit, just to get adjusted and get used to the college game and actually be at a level where they're able to compete and win? And is that part of the reason that things are kind of aren't going so well this year, is just because there's so many underclassmen now trying to rely on?
I really think, in my eyes, just the biggest thing to help transitioning into playing in the college game is just having confidence in yourself as a player and having a confidence in knowing the playbook and knowing what you're supposed to be doing. And then, all the guys in this locker room, they have the talent to get it done. There's not a lack of talent or whatnot. So I think really it's just, for us, is just keep getting these younger guys who have been playing not just the last couple of weeks, but the whole year for us. Keep building their confidence and letting everybody just go out and play as the best they can and put the talent that we have on display. So.
Hey, what's up, Liam? Coaches talked about the practices being good and the attention to detail and the energy and effort being there. Is that something that you see as a player as well, despite how as bad as it's been? You guys are still committed to finishing this thing strong?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought last week was honestly might have been our best week of practice of the season. There's still guys are still showing up here ready to work and trying to make the most out of the practices and improve as much as we can, and get ready for the games come Saturday. And there's two more regular season games, potentially a bowl game. I see us continuing to do that for the rest of the year.
And along the offensive line specifically, am I still up here? Okay. Why do you think the line struggled as much as it has?
There's been games where we've just struggled to get into a rhythm. I think one big thing for us has been when we've established a run game and really committed to running the football. It's helped us get into a groove and kind of get going. There's been a couple times throughout the year where we've just lost one-on-ones at some position across the board. There's been times where we've been out-schemed by the defense where how we were drawing up our protections, they had the answer for it. And it's just a combination of those things, and it's something that we're still trying to work to improve and finish the season kind of with the ball rolling a little bit.
Liam, Coach mentioned yesterday that there are a lot of ongoing conversations with those of you who could leave after this year, upperclassmen that could test the draft and things like that, and trying to talk about what reason there would be to come back next year and so on. Have you had those type of conversations with Coach O or Coach Craig, or what does that process look like for you thus far, if at all?
Yeah, I've had those conversations with both of them, Coach O and Coach Craig. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm still looking to finish out this season strong and then kind of see where I stand and see what will be the best option for me going forward.
We've asked O about Max Johnson potentially getting a start. If you would, just talk about your relationships with the quarterbacks. Obviously, both of them are in the fire right now and kind of playing the season out like, probably they didn't intend to. But is there an advantage to having a guy know at the beginning of the week that he's going to be the starting quarterback? Does that help you as the line and certainly as the center?
I believe in either one of those guys, TJ or Max. They're both young players. Obviously, they're freshmen. They're going to make mistakes, but either way, I believe in both of them. I think there could be an advantage from their standpoint, knowing that they're going to be getting the nod in terms of preparation throughout the week. But with me, either way, the past few weeks, even when TJ has been the guy who we knew was going to be starting, I still prepare just as much with Max as I do with TJ. So that's not going to change going forward.
I want to preface this by saying that I don't intend this to be a negative question. It is generally a curious question, but you, I think probably Jabril and Zach are the ones that are speaking for your team. So 2 transfers and a punter. Is that kind of a curious situation? Are we reading too much into that? Or are you just the guys that are maybe the best at speaking?
Yeah, I'd say you might just be reading into it too much. They might just choose. I might be the one doing it because I'm the Harvard kid. I feel like I'm a pretty good speaker. I do a decent job getting kind of communicating for the team. So